My best friend told my girlfriend I was cheating. I wasn't. And by the time I found out why, it was already too late. I don't even know where to start because this still feels unreal. I, 26 male, had been with my girlfriend, I'll call her Nina, 25 female, for almost 3 years. Things weren't perfect, but they were solid. We had routines, inside jokes, plans for the future, the kind of relationship that feels like it's actually going somewhere. And then there's my best friend, Kyle, 26 male. We've known each other since high school. He was the one person I trusted with everything. He knew my relationship, knew Nina, had been around us constantly. Holidays, birthdays, random hangouts, he was always there. So when everything fell apart, I didn't even think to look at him. It started small. Nina became distant. At first, I thought she was just stressed. Work had been a lot for her lately, and I didn't want to be that guy who makes everything about himself. So I gave her space. Then the questions started. Where were you last night? Who were you with? Why didn't you tell me you were going out? The thing is, I hadn't done anything. No late nights, no secret plans, nothing out of the ordinary. I remember laughing it off at first, thinking she was joking. She wasn't. She started checking things, asking for details in a way that felt suspicious, like she was trying to catch me in something. I kept asking her what was going on. She kept saying, nothing. Until one night, she finally said it. I know you've been cheating on me. I actually laughed. Not because it was funny, but because it didn't make sense. I told her straight up, that's not true. And then she said the one thing I didn't expect. Kyle told me everything. That moment felt like the ground shifted. I remember just staring at her, waiting for her to say she was joking. She wasn't. Apparently, Kyle had told her that he had seen me with another girl, that I had been hiding it, that I wasn't the person she thought I was. He had even added details, specific ones, places, times, conversations, things that made it sound real. I told her he was lying. She said, why would he lie? And I didn't have an answer, because at that point, I trusted him too. We argued for hours. I tried to explain, tried to defend myself, but everything I said sounded like I was just trying to cover something up, because the story she had been told was too detailed. Eventually, she said she couldn't do this anymore. And just like that, it was over. 3 years. Gone. I called Kyle that same night. No answer. I texted him. Nothing. The next day, I went to his place. He opened the door like nothing had happened. I asked him directly, did you tell Nina I cheated? He didn't deny it. He just shrugged and said, I thought she deserved to know. I felt something in my chest drop. I told him it wasn't true. He looked at me and said something I'll never forget. She's too good for you anyway. That didn't make sense. Until I asked him one more question. Why would you do that? And that's when he said it. I liked her. Just like that. No hesitation. No apology. He told me he had liked her for a long time. That he thought I didn't deserve her. That if they broke up, maybe he'd have a chance. I remember feeling more empty than angry. Because this wasn't just betrayal. This was planned. He didn't just lie. He built a story convincing enough to end my relationship. And it worked. I tried to tell Nina the truth after that. I really did. I showed her messages. I told her exactly what Kyle said. But at that point, the damage was already done. Trust doesn't come back that easily. She said she didn't know who to believe anymore. And I understood that. Because if the roles were reversed, I don't know if I would have believed me either. Months passed. Kyle tried reaching out a few times. Not to apologize. Just casual messages. Like nothing happened. I blocked him. As for Nina, we never got back together. Last I heard, she stopped talking to Kyle too after realizing things didn't add up over time. But by then, it didn't matter. Because the relationship was already broken. And the worst part? Not the lie. Not even losing her. It was realizing the person I trusted most didn't just betray me. He replaced me. Thank you for watching. Check out my channel for more stories like this. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Midnight Tea Stories.